Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, Indiana State Police is investigating City of Muncie employees. I'm here at City Hall with what the mayor has to say.
And an investigation is also underway at Purdue following the killing of a student.
Tenants in Muncie still speaking out against local rental companies.
And President Biden saw the aftermath of Hurricane Ian in person, how the state of Florida is still recovering.
I'm tracking an above average Thursday, but there is a big cool down on the way. I'll have that and more in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rebecca Rosado.
And I'm Avery Johnson. Employees with the City of Muncie are under investigation and were suspended with pay today.
NewsLink Indiana's Anna Chalker reports from City Hall with what Muncie Mayor Dan Ridenour had to say.
The suspensions come after the Comptroller's office discovered a questionable payment last week. Mayor Dan Ridenour says there is a system in place to check every payment going through the city, and when they saw this one, they had to take action immediately. Ridenour says he cannot give details about what the system is or how it works, but it was put in place after a federal investigation into the Dennis Tyler administration. Ridenour says the city wants to be transparent with the public and let them know there is still more to this investigation.
We've put in controls that allow these things to be caught as early on as possible, and I hope that that can be the one positive out of this, that we did catch this.
Now, Indiana State Police is investigating this matter. NewsLink Indiana reached out to them but did not receive an update. The city says it will not release the names of the employees while the investigation is ongoing. They will wait to take action until ISP has completed their investigation. In Muncie, Anna Chalker, NewsLink Indiana.
NewsLink Indiana will continue to keep you updated as the story develops. And a different investigation is underway. New details out of West Lafayette following the homicide of a student at a residential hall this morning.
NewsLink Indiana's Alex Almanza joins us with more.
Yeah, Purdue University police arrested 22-year-old Jeeman Shah for the killing of his roommate, 20-year-old Varun Manish Cheda. Now, University Police Chief Leslie Weedy says Shah, who goes by the nickname Jimmy, called police at around 12:45 this morning, alerting police to the death of his roommate in their dorm room. Now, a university spokesperson says that phone call coming from McCutcheon Hall, Shah, who is a cybersecurity major from South Korea, is now in custody and is facing a preliminary murder charge. The Tippecanoe County coroner says an autopsy determined that Cheda died of, quote, multiple sharp force traumatic injuries. Now, Chief Weedy says investigators don't know why Cheda was killed, but she thinks it was, quote, unprovoked and senseless.
The Purdue Police Department and Purdue University, our hearts go out to the victim and his family and friends and anybody who knew him or anybody who he may have touched in his life. This is extremely sad and unfortunate for us today, and I can't even imagine what his family is going through at this time.
Now, Purdue University's president issuing a statement this morning, reading in part, "This is as tragic an event as we can imagine happening on our campus, and our hearts and thoughts go out to all those affected by this terrible event." Now, Cheda was a senior studying data statistics. A vigil was held tonight on Purdue's campus to remember him.
Thank you, Alex. Now, tenants in Muncie have been speaking up. They say they have been mistreated by their landlords. They now said they're ready for change.
NewsLink Indiana's Tegan O'Mara is with us in the studio tonight to explain the situation and how some steps are taking care of it to improve.
Between city council meetings, Facebook posts, and petitions, residents are clearly aggravated by the way they say landlords are taking advantage of this situation. The reason behind the struggle of landlord versus tenant stems from a bill passed by Indiana state lawmakers in 2020. The bill restricts local governments from enacting measures to increase renter rights and penalize landlords. One man spoke up at Muncie City Council meeting on August 1st. Councilmember Rosa Selvey, who sits on the board of the Muncie Human Rights Commission, spoke on how they want to help.
So anyone in the community, if you have housing issues, please get on the city's website, Muncie Human Rights Commission, file your report online. We have an officer in the Human Rights Commission who specializes in housing. Or you can just go straight to the Attorney General's website and file your complaint there. I think the more volume of complaint we have, the more it's going to draw his attention.
Ball State University provides free of charge legal services to students, and one attorney who works for the service, John Connor, says providing a forwarding address to landlords is one way you can avoid issues.
There's an Indiana statute that provides that if a landlord does not return your deposit and or give you an itemized list of damages within 45 days of the end of the lease, you vacating the apartment and you giving written notice of your forwarding address. The law says that if the landlord doesn't provide you with the return of your deposit and or an itemized list of damages, then no damages are owed.
Connor also has tips for what you should be looking out for when reading and signing a lease.
Stop and think. Why would a landlord want you to sign an agreement that you won't discuss anything about the property or the lease? The only reason is that they want to try and avoid negative post. That should tell you something if the landlord is fearful up front of what you might put on some website.
Connor shares how student legal services can help students renting in Muncie.
We provide this document to students, again, during the lease review or any other time that is needed. But ideally, what the student will do is document with dated photographs any existing damage, so that if the landlord charges you, say, $75 for cleaning an oven that you know was spotless on move-out day, it won't be your word versus the landlord's word. It's going to be your word supported with a dated photograph.
If you are a Ball State student looking to sign a lease or need legal help, there are resources available to you by Student Legal Services in room L17 at the Student Center. Live in studio, Tegan O'Mara, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thank you, Tegan. And as Councilwoman Selvey said, you can file any housing complaints at cityofmuncie.com on the Muncie Human Rights Commission page. Now transitioning into weather, you were looking at a clear view of campus that was captured this afternoon, and it felt like the warm weather came back out to play.
So let's see if that's going to continue. We're going to take it over to Jack with weather.
Yeah, today was a properly gorgeous day, and it looks like tomorrow will be as well. So we take a current look at temperatures right now. We're going to be at 57 here in Muncie, 62 in Indianapolis, and 56 down in Terre Haute. Now looking at the next 12 hours, we are going to get a little cooler here, so we will slide down into the low 50s. And then for the rest of the show, what we're tracking ahead is we do have a chance of some rain tonight. We are looking at a comfortable Thursday, but there is also a big cool down on the way. All of that and more in my full forecast.
All right, thank you, Jack. Biracial hair care classes are available in Muncie.
NewsLink Indiana's Catherine Segal went to one of them. Catherine, what did you learn?
Yeah, I did attend one of the classes, and I learned a lot about biracial hair care and maintenance. Erica Moody is a salon owner and a mother of biracial children and grandchildren. Each of her classes includes formal education about hair types, 3 simple hairstyles, a hands-on portion, and a take-home kit with the products used. Since her classes began in February, her target audience has increased.
Curly, coarse, fine, straight. All of these hair textures can be used to describe biracial hair. Erica Moody, salon owner at Beautiful People Salon and Education, created biracial hair care classes in February, something she wishes she had years ago.
I have my own biracial children, and as a stylist, people just naturally assumed that I already knew how to do that hair type, and I didn't.
That's when Moody realized that education was a need in her community. After doing classes for 7 months, she's realizing there is a larger target: foster families, teachers, and students too.
I have a kiddo right now who is 8, and his hair is a mess, and I'm just trying to get it back where it needs to be.
After attending the class, Hall says there was a lot she was doing wrong.
More confident. I know more about the products and what to use and what not to do.
But Moody does not plan to stop here.
In the future, we are trying to expand beyond Delaware County, as well as tap into different types of cultures.
Moody also says she plans to expand her education into hair schools.
And Moody said the beauty industry is growing. She wants to expand her teaching for the growing culture, and she's just happy that she can help others feel more confident.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. It's Hispanic Heritage Month, and all over the world, people are celebrating. Ball State's chapter of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, NAHJ, works to embrace the culture within the world of journalism. Yesterday, NAHJ hosted an event to celebrate. They played games and enjoyed music. The organization works to support minority students in the School of Journalism. PR Director Dalia Aliwa said the event was not the only way they wanted to get their voices heard.
NHJ is focused on uplifting minority students within the School of Journalism, and we do that through professional workshops that help build career readiness skills. We also help with networking, and every few months we have a social event that really strengthens our community as well.
If you would like to check out or are interested in joining, NAHJ meets every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on the second floor of the Arts and Journalism building in the Unified Media Lab. And for more information, you can also check out their Instagram page at NAHJ-BSU. An exciting event at Emmons tonight. The United States Air Force Band of Flight performed. It has 15 members of the military and is stationed in Ohio. They perform for official military functions, ceremonies, civic events, and public concerts. The band performs over 350 performances annually. After the break, a conclusion in the Rust movie shooting that was finally reached. What led to the case being dismissed? Plus, President Biden flew to Florida today, how he is trying to lend a hand in following Hurricane Ian.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. If you're searching for a job, local employers are hiring. Today, Muncie hosted its annual job fair at the Muncie Mall. The job fair is for those looking for jobs to help strengthen employment skills. Over 65 employers gathered on site looking to interview and potentially hire. Several Delaware County employees and retail employers, along with community resource agencies, gave tips on job searching.
I think you have to have an open mind. You have to be determined that you're going to leave with some kind of opportunity and be positive, be eager to work, and I don't think it'll be that hard to get a job as long as you keep that positive mindset.
If you missed today's fair, you can visit from 1 to 5 p.m. tomorrow for more information. Call 765-279-6565. Now moving nationally. The undisclosed settlement has been reached in the wrongful death lawsuit of a shooting on the Rust movie set. Cinematographer Helena Hutchins was fatally shot by actor Alec Baldwin last year. The case against Baldwin and others involved in the movie was filed in February. Hutchinson's husband issued a statement saying the case will be dismissed as a result of the legal agreement. He will be named an executive producer of the movie and get part of the profits made. Work on Rust is expected to resume early next year.
President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden toured the destruction left behind in Florida. Biden also met with Governor Ron DeSantis, local officials, residents, and small business owners in some of the hardest hit areas. Hours earlier, Biden extended the federal disaster declaration for Florida another 30 days. Gloria Pismino is in Fort Myers with more from Biden's visit.
Today, we have one job, and only one job, and that's to make sure the people of Florida get everything that they need to fully, thoroughly recover.
President Biden toured hurricane-ravaged Florida Wednesday, 1 week after Ian carved a deadly path through the state. More than 100 people were killed by Hurricane Ian, and many have lost their homes.
When we walked out, it was like something out of a war zone. It was just devastating.
Biden met with survivors who have lost their homes and businesses and thanked those on the ground helping these devastated communities.
And the search and rescue teams have knocked on nearly 70,000 doors and rescued over 3,800 people.
First Lady Jill Biden joined the president on an aerial tour, getting a first-hand look at just how widespread the damage is. Residents will be able to use the road to Pine Island that was damaged by the storm days ahead of schedule.
Later today, the public will be able to access this bridge and be able to get back.
Earlier Wednesday, Biden extended the federal disaster declaration for Florida, adding another 30 days of aid to help the long road to recovery.
We're not leaving. We're not leaving until this gets done.
In Fort Myers Beach, Florida, I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
In other weatherly news, Jack is going to get a quick look at this week's forecast.
Yeah, right now we got those nice fall temperatures, but the 70s will arrive back for tomorrow. I'll have that coming up.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. Let's send it over to Jack with the latest in weather.
Yeah, as we take a look outside right now, we are seeing those nice, cool, crisp fall temperatures. Here in Muncie, we'll be at 57, 62 in Indianapolis. Terre Haute's going to be at 56 degrees as well. Now, these temperatures are nice for now, but we are tracking a cool down on the way. I'll have that in a little bit here now. Now, looking for tonight, low tonight's going to be 49 degrees, partly cloudy, but you do see those clouds building late. And with those clouds, we are going to see a 20% chance of rain. Now that rain will be dissipated away by the time you're up and about it tomorrow on your way to work. So when you get up, it'll be 50 degrees there with those winds coming from the southwest, blowing from 5 to 10 miles an hour, warm up to a nice 75 degrees there. Now, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow evening, Muncie is hosting their art walk downtown. So if you're in the mood for maybe a circus, some good food, it'll be a great time. Also, it's going to be some pretty good weather. Look at this, 75 degrees, mostly sunny, nice breeze there. You can't really beat that whatsoever. Now, like I said, there is going to be a pretty drastic cool down on the way. So let's start Precision Cast here at 5 o'clock on Thursday, so 5 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to be 71 degrees, pretty normal, pretty warm. It'll be very comfortable. So we put this in action. You can see that on Friday, 5 o'clock, we're already going to be at 56, so there's already a pretty drastic temperature change. But I do apologize for this next one here. 33 degrees at 10 a.m. on Saturday. It's going to be pretty cold. Also, we do have, we will be paying attention to frost coming up here in a little bit. Now, looking for our 7-day forecast, Friday, Saturday, we are going to be dealing with some frost there. But as for your fall break ahead, it's going to be warming up quite a bit, and it should be back towards the, back in the lower 70s, by the time fall break hits.
Well, thankfully for that, because I am ready for this cooler weather. But
absolutely.
I am definitely over the random summer forecast, so hopefully let's get some cooler weather over here.
Yes.
Thank you, Jack. And now we're going to take it over to sports with Jake.
One Ball State program earning a special kind of award, and we check up with the local high school sports team with one-star player. All that after the break.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10. Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Garcia with sports. The Ball State esports program earning another award, but this one is a little different. NewsLink Indiana's Andy Newman talks with leaders of the group to find out how much this honor means.
Ball State Esports adding another piece of hardware to their fast-growing collection. The program earning the Esports Collegiate Community of the Year Award from the Collegiate Sports Management Group. But this honor is given for reasons other than their excellence in the gaming arena.
So it has nothing to do with our competitive ability, which I think is also, award worthy, but more about, our students are always kind and courteous. We have a culture that we don't really complain. We just try to get it done.
This kind of award isn't just given to anyone. Dan Marino and his students have put in a tremendous amount of time and effort building their program into a place that warmly welcomes over 500 students. A program and a community that they can all call home.
If you want to play, we want you here. We want you to be a part of the community, because I know personally, coming in freshman year, it's I didn't really have anywhere to go necessarily. College was kind of scary. Esports gave me a place to be, so it's I want that for other people.
It means a lot to me. I've found friends. I found a lot of experience and leadership experience through doing this program, especially with club. I've I feel great about leading this community.
With all of this recognition and success, the future of Ball State esports will be cultivated right here at the bottom of Robert Bell in the Ball State Esports Lab.
We have a lot of really exciting projects being worked on. You know, everything from what the teams are doing on the day-to-day and their competitions to what our broadcast team is doing. I think we're on a trajectory that not many other collegiate programs can match currently, and that's really exciting.
Marino and his students will look to expand upon their already successful program throughout their 2022-2023 Varsity Gaming campaign. In Muncie, Andy Newman, NewsLink, Indiana.
Taking things over to the hardwood, Muncie Burris volleyball dominating with all season long with sophomore Lily Howell. Howell leading the team with 265 kills and 105 blocks. On the court, Howell helping the Owls display a competitive drive that the team shows each and every game. Head coach Jim Craig expressing why Lily is so vital to the team's growth and success.
Even though she's a sophomore, she's probably got the most experience playing in big-time games with her club season. But she's been fine. I mean, I've really been obviously pleased with how she plays.
Muncie Burris volleyball is 7-0 in their conference and look to carry that momentum into the playoffs as they take on Winchester Community next Thursday with action starting at 7:30 p.m. And guys, Muncie Burris seems to be in great hands with Lily Howell at the helm, and they're going to be looking to her a lot to lead them through these playoffs.
All right, well, thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate it. And coming up, we have your campus coverage.
And we'll take one final look at weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now. Right now? Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. My name is Chandler Whitted, and this is your campus coverage. We've entered October, and that can only mean one thing: Halloween. The University Program Board is kicking off the fun with spooky trivia. This event is open to all Ball State students, free of charge. Just bring your ID to the Student Center tomorrow night from 8 to 9:30.
I would love to win some spooky decor. My room needs some decor in general, I think. I'm very open to the idea.
If you can't make it, don't worry. The UPB puts on events like this nearly every week.
Well, thank you, Chandler. I had no idea that they offered that, so that is very exciting to hear.
Yes, and now we're going to send it over to Jack with one final look at weather.
As we look at our 7-day, we are seeing the last of the 70s for a little bit on Thursday. Major cool down for Friday and Saturday, but we will rebound back for the beginning of fall break in the higher 60s, lower 70s, and our next chance for rain is next Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Jack. And that's all for us tonight on NewsLink Indiana. Join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.